Hi, I'm Patrick, that's Steven, that's Lloyd, and this is Eric. We just got played, we're at the Cloak Blaster, and we just finished playing The City by Tom
Lehman.
Yeah, him too. Join us for Tom Lehman's The City. Steven.
Yes.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about The City by Tom Lehman?
All right. So it is a card game, and it's very simple. You have a hand of cards, and each one of the cards really represents two things. It represents a building or something that you can build in your city, or the cards are essentially the money in the game as well. So every player simultaneously chooses one card from their hand that they want to build. Once everybody has chosen, you turn it over, and it will tell you how many other cards from your hand you need to pay to build that facility. And then each one of those cards gives you victory points and income. And income is just more cards that you get each round. The cards also have tags on them that can be used to combo off of to get more cards or more victory points. Some of the cards unlock the ability to build other cards in the future, and some of them have a few other abilities. But basically that's what you're doing over the course of maybe about 7 or 8 rounds. You're building these buildings until somebody gets 50 victory points, and when that happens, the game's over and you see who has the most points.
When someone gets 50 victory points. Mr. Lloyd, if you had to pick one thing that you like the most about The City?
The most? I would say this game is fast. It says 30 minutes on the box, and it might have taken less than 30 minutes.
It reminds me of my sister.
Me too. This is
So it's fast. So even if you're having a bad game, you're going to be done and want to play another one immediately because it's that fast.
Mr. Eric, if you had to pick something that you disliked, a counterpoint to Lloyd.
A counterpoint? Well, I mean, he does have a good point that it is fast, and if you pick a bad strategy, like I did, it is over. But I think it's easy to pick a bad strategy because if there's a lot of luck in the cards that you draw. I actually even dug specifically for certain tags, and I never ever saw another tag that I was looking for the rest of the game. And part of it too is because the game is so short and so fast that usually the first 2 or 3 cards that you play end up being your strategy for the game. And if you try to shift or it just doesn't play out, you just kind of fizzle out while everybody else is ramping up. You're just kind of like putzing along and nothing ever really happens.
Yeah, you did mention that the game does have a mechanism to help you dig for cards that you're looking for, but still, it's a random deck, so you may not find what you need.
Mine is, believe it or not, even though it's a very, very short game, if you were playing with Brian Fiore, there would be a little bit of AP involved because I built my engine to dig for cards. And I kept getting cards, and cards essentially are your economics for the game. It's your monies. So I had tons and tons of cards to go through, and I'm looking through them and I'm trying to decide what to discard to be able to pay for stuff. So I do believe there is a small amount of AP, but it's a very small price to pay. It's not a big no-no for me. I did enjoy the game a lot. But if I had to pick something, which I did, have to pick one thing that I didn't like, that was it. Steven, I'm better than picking yours this time. Steven, if you had to pick something that you liked the most, it would be...
It's definitely the simultaneous play of the game. So if you're playing this with 2 players or 6 players, it's going to take about the same amount of time because everybody is choosing an action and ready to go. As long as you don't have one player who's just taking way too long to look at their hand. But
coincidentally, my sister enjoys simultaneous play as well. Thank you very much for bringing the game in, Steven. We really appreciate it. Thank you to Tom Lehman and the Cloak Blaster for having us at Just Got Played. Join us again next time at the Cloak Blaster for a lot of more of Eric's antics.
Yeah, there were so many antics. Join us.
Oh, we mean it.
This time. For Christ's sake.
Somebody, please.
We'll be professional next time, we swear.
No, we won't.